Hey, you know, at some point you have to kind of ask yourself whose fault everything really is, who actually has the power to change your reality. And then you find yourself looking in the mirror at yourself. Yeah, you can change your reality. Now, let's talk a little bit about how social media can actually promote weight gain. It it's possible that it could be causing weight gain. And I'm talking about that piece because sometimes, I know with me, sometimes it's the vanity metric that will get me to make a change, right? So if weight gain, I don't want to gain weight. I like where I'm at, thanks. And I have enough challenges as it is. If social media is adding to that, I want to find out how I can stop that. And of course, anxiety and depression. We've known that for years. Social media, if it's viewed from the wrong lens, right? If we're skewed with these emotions, we can be skewed with our mental health as well, with anxiety and depression. So I think it's time you and I sit down and have a little talk about it. And I get it, right? I fall into this trap periodically. In fact, this summer, I don't think I had a day where I didn't go to social media first on my phone. Like on my phone, I check my Aura app, which is the ring that I use to track my sleep metrics and whatnot. And I see how I slept for the night. Like I can't ask myself, Karen, how did you sleep last night? Great. No, I have to ask the app. And then I hop from that app over to the Facebook and then over to the Instagram and to see what everybody else is doing for the day. And then I find myself mindlessly scrolling, searching for something that I can never find. And this is me. I'm the person that created and teaches the smartphone boundary builder, and I can't even keep myself accountable to it. Okay, I have an excuse though, right? I have an upcoming show and I think I have to be on social media more. I'm not just promoting me, but I'm watching others, looking for conversations that I can have and discussions. But all that does is prevents me from doing the things that moves the needle on my projects, my passions, my self-development faster, right? I'm clogging that space up and also creating a new habit that I don't want. So, what did I do? I put myself in smartphone boot camp again. Now, I'm going to explain how to do that if it feels like a little detox is in order for you. But first, let's talk about the effects that social media does have on the body. My name is Karen Wilson, and this is the Creative Life in Motion podcast. I'm here to help you find time to feel amazing in your body and do the things that you are called to do at any age. If you wake up every day with your phone in your hand and you scroll first thing, it sets your tone for the day. It's just like getting on the scale every morning. How did that go for us way back when? It didn't go very well for me. I mean, it did for a while when the scale was saying the right direction. I mean, it was like every morning was a party. And then, when the scale stops moving or God forbid it goes up, then my day began to be dictated by what that scale says. Well, the same is true for social media. If you interrupt that habit, how much more time are you going to create? Right? I always have to ask myself this question too, because it always feels like I'm short on time. How much happier will you be if you set the tone for your day? You got to ask yourself that question as well. And I want to ask you, doesn't it feel badass when you've put yourself first? Doesn't it feel badass when you've done the thing that makes you feel amazing before you've looked at everything else? It gives you that sense of victory, right? So stop putting yourself last. I'm going to share with you a little story that's kind of similar. You might have heard it before. It was my 18-year anniversary from quitting smoking just a couple of days ago when I'm recording this. It's September 4th. My anniversary date was September 1st, and it's been 18 years that I've been a non-smoker. And I remember when I first quit, I quit cold turkey because I didn't want to be dependent on anything else. So I'm like, oh, I can do this. My brain power is super strong. I'm very stubborn. So once I decide I'm going to do something, that's all that's needed is just that decision. And then I'll move forward no matter how horrible it may be. Well, it was pretty difficult the first week to say the least. I found myself doing absolutely anything and everything I could to distract myself from myself. And every hour, I'm reminding myself that I am not smoking. Well, the first thing that happened was I had all this time on my hands and I didn't really know what to do with it. I also had a lot of anxiety that I never really had been faced with before, but that was just like from coming off of the nicotine and the other toxins in cigarettes. And I thought that I could just sleep it off, and I couldn't sleep at all. I thought I could exercise it off. That just made it worse. I started to log into this site, and it was called Quit Now, and everybody was complaining about their symptoms, and it just made me want to smoke more. So then I decided I'm going to go to the mall. I'm going to go to the mall because nobody smokes in the mall, and I can just be there and I won't have to be around it or think about it. And I did. I browsed for hours. And each hour that went by, I was celebrating more. I made peach cobbler. I made apple cobbler. I did all these things that kept my mind and my hands busy. But what I found the most difficult was breaking the habit. Now, I share that story with you because I find that when I go on these telephone, it's not even a telephone anymore. It's like a smartphone. When I go on these smartphone quote unquote detoxes, I find myself reaching for my phone, and it's like I don't even know I'm doing it. And as soon as I get my phone on my hand, I'm going straight to Facebook. I'm going straight to these things. And it's like a habit that has been created that I didn't mean to create. And it's like ingrained in me. And I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like if I don't have my phone in my hand, I'm naked. I don't know how it became that way. So if you've ever felt that way, let me know. Have you ever felt like you are naked without your phone, or if you try to go phone free or technology free for a day, it's like you don't know what to do. You feel a little lost. Let me know about your experience around that in the comments below. It's a tough pill to swallow. It's something that's really tough to admit because I think we all want to have that feeling that we're not addicted to our phones, that we're not addicted to, social media, and yet it's so ingrained in our lives now that we don't even really realize that it's happening. So let's get back to kind of the topic around this show is how can social media actually cause potentially, I mean, I don't have any hard evidence, but how can it potentially cause gain weight and anxiety and depression? I think if it's used the wrong way, it influences your mind. And first of all, what we see is highlight reels and photoshopped images, and then looking in the mirror at ourselves without the filters and the cropping and the Photoshop. Things are different, right? Negative self-talk can be it can trigger cortisol. If you're talking negatively to yourself, how do you expect your body to feel safe? And you need your body to feel safe to stop producing cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. Scrolling social media, here's another one, at night before bed interrupts deep sleep patterns. And lack of a good sleep spikes cortisol and ghrelin, the hunger hormone. We don't want ghrelin. When I think of ghrelin, I always think of gremlin, right? It's the hungry, hungry hormone. Okay. So it intensifies cravings though as well, right? So if you have your cortisol is spiking because you haven't slept and your ghrelin is angry and it wants some more food. I mean, all because you had lack of sleep because you were on your phone right before bed, stimulating your central nervous system when it should be actually getting ready to sleep. It's a perfect storm. It can also feel when you're looking at social media like everyone else has a fun and interesting life, when in fact they're quite likely just like you, feeling inadequate, right? And so they better put something interesting on social media, anything that someone will validate and like and see that they're having a great life. And that in turn, when we go and we like that for that person, I mean, when I post something on Facebook or Instagram or any other platform that matter, if somebody else likes it, it gives me an instant dopamine hit. It's gratitude, it's validation. So it can like create this thing if you're not aware it's happening that is addicting. The more I post, the more I comment, the more attention I get. And, we can go out to the grocery store and get attention from real life in people. And you know what? That feels better because it's actually real. So a real connection versus a virtual connection beats every time. And here's another thing too. Anything that induces stress is going to promote. Possibly. I'm not saying fully, like here's a disclaimer, but I know that if stress is in the body, it can inhibit weight loss, increase weight gain, depression, and anxiety. So say there's a stressful event going on or something difficult going on or controversy, like that never happens. Okay. So say you like something in that nature, the algorithm is going to continue to feed you that subject because it's all AI. And so what's happening is it's just continuing to feed you what you're looking at. And then what happens is it feels like everybody in the world is going through that thing. So if you have a positive news feed, you might feel like you have a positive day. If you have a negative news feed, it's going to feel like the world is negative, which is going to cause more stress, anxiety, and depression. If you're liking what you're hearing and you are watching this on YouTube, and if you're finding this helpful, soothing, validating in any way, make sure that you give it a like and follow me here, lifestyle and body loving tips just like this one. But if you've been trying to use media less and you want to break the habit, right? My best tip is coming up next. It's time for the smartphone boundary builder. Yes, my friends, I am pulling it out because I'm using it and I feel like it's a great time to share it with you. This is the time, September. It's kind of like that secondary new year. It's the training wheel new year. It's like we're getting back in the groove of everything, putting the discipline hat back on, a renewal, a changing of seasons, harvest time. You can call it what you will, but if you're feeling that need to tighten things up, this is a great place to release distractions that are no longer serving you. It's the boundary builder for smartphone. Now it's embedded in the Ideas in Motion day planner and journal. I'll make sure that that is linked down below. But we're going to just go through this beautiful, beautiful system to put a fortress around your focus, gain more energy, and you're going to delete decision fatigue. And you know what? The best thing is you're going to find so much more time. Okay. All right. So, step number 1 is on your smartphone, you're going to clean up your home screen. So this is my home screen. It pretty much has nothing except for my dog and I. Only put things on your home screen that serve your morning goals. Slide everything else onto page 2. So you know how you can make your folders and whatnot? on your smartphone, you want to make sure that you can create these folders by dragging apps together. Now, what I recommend to have on your home screen, here, I'll unlock my phone and I'll show you. So anything here has to do with my morning goals. They're all in little folders so that I can't see them all splatted all over. Definitely social media is not on my first screen. It doesn't mean that I don't scroll over and see it. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Only put things on your home screen that serve your morning goals. Slide everything else onto page 2. Then you're going to create folders by dragging your apps together and label all folders. Example of things to have on a home screen are music, a workout app, calendar, clock, voice memos, notes, and a camera. That's all you really need. The second thing, this is another big chunk of work, is to turn off all your notifications. Turn off all your notifications through the settings on your phone. You can choose to keep your phone and text on if you wish, but get comfortable with silencing and shifting into do not disturb on your phone. Keep your phone silenced during focused times. So you don't have to keep it silenced all the time, just during focused time. Choose a time and schedule a window or 2 of social media into your day. I'm not saying just ditch it all. Just choose a time so that you're not deprived, just more aware at your time. So maybe for me, I think what I'll do is I'll do 30 minutes after I've done my morning routine, and then 30 minutes at the end of the day. You can use it like a reward. Oh, I got all the things that I needed to get done. Now I get to go on social media. And I'm going to go on for 30 minutes and I'm just going to scroll. Do whatever you want with it. You can go directly to your friends. You can use it for that promotional time if you're promoting your business. Just, you can be careless about it. You could just sit there for a deep, dark scroll and feel no guilt around it. So my recommendation is if you're going cold turkey, you got 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at the end of the workday. But then the next phase of this smartphone boundary builder is to choose a time to be in airplane mode. Be realistic, though, and pick a time that fits with your lifestyle, but try to make sure that you're not looking at your smartphone at least 1 hour before bed. At least 1 hour. 2 is better. I'll do a 7 p.m. cutoff time because I usually go to bed at 9. So it's 2 hours without that light in my eyes, without that stimulation. So an example I'm going to give you, maybe to stay offline from 6 to 7:30 in the morning for anything social media, but the phone and text stays open until 8 p.m. Bedtime is at 9. So that's if you really need to get very, very strict and rigid around your boundaries. If you have people calling you or texting you, at all times of the night, that's not going to be very helpful for your sleep. Now, I know in some cases we need to keep our phones on. You can actually go into your settings and make sure that it's just specific people can break through those do not disturb walls. So check out your phone, find out how to do that, and do it. This is a tough one, and I'm committing to do this. I want you to tell me in the comments below if you're going to commit to this one with me. Add on a full 24-hour period to put your phone in a drawer and not touch it, not go to it, not even use it for anything for a 24-hour period. Will you do it? Will you do it with me? Let me know. Let me know if you're on that team. Stick to the same day weekly. Let's try to do this for let's try to do this through the remainder of 2023. Do you think we could do that? I don't know. What day do you want to pick? Can we go on our computer? No. No, you have to choose a day where even the computer, no screens. Because I mean, if you go on your computer, I know if I go on my Mac, I have access to anything that I have on my iPhone. Interesting. What if I just cut off the Wi-Fi? What if I allow myself still to write? Because I write on my Mac too. This is me thinking out loud. I think this is a doer. Now, I will probably choose a Saturday or a Sunday, and sometimes it might not be consistent with the same day, depending on, what everything else is going on in my life. I'm going to do it. You going to do it with me? Let me know. I think this will be a really fun little challenge. Okay. Now that you know about the smartphone boundary builder, you might be wondering what you're going to do with all your extra time. I'll recommend going for a walk. I'm going to put a link to the video in the description below or the show notes that explains the benefits of walking in silence. So don't forget to follow me here wherever you're viewing this episode and find time to feel amazing in your body and do the things that you are called to do. Thank you for joining me here in another episode of Creative Life in Motion. And wherever you're listening from, know that I am thinking of you and sending you love. And I will talk with you next time.